forget about it. Hey, forget about it. You know what the? Sorry. Hey, we're live.
Oh, we're live?
Yeah.
People are watching us again?
Yeah.
Okay, time to put my phone down. It's not like anybody is... It's not like I'm talking to anybody. I'm just looking at the same crap I look at all the time.
Well, I'm just setting mine up so we can see how much time we got.
Just you can lay it face down. I can see, or can you see it from there? Because I feel like it's gonna. Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, I think that flashing was annoying the shit out of me off the break.
So now I'm just staring at it like,
is it a bomb going off?
Yeah, dude, something.
Shit.
But
I'm trying to keep this shit to an hour, folks, so you guys don't get bored, you fucking lazy fucks.
Yeah, so well, it's not very nice. Well,
they'll be all right.
Yeah, I guess they'll be all right.
They know me. They know you.
I guess they do. And thank you for always watching. Welcome to episode 3 of the Mad Scientist Slam, brought to you by Mr. Smith. The what is it?
The visual mad scientist.
Yeah, he is the brain. This is his brainchild. This is Oliver. You know, my homeboy, the slice of life.
These are the Washington Nationals.
Okay, the Nats. Okay,
and this is the guy I shot in the fucking head because he was pissing me off one day.
Okay, so I
just leave I leave my bodies hanging I leave my bodies in the building. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was my worst hip hop rap.
Is that what that is?
That was a fake ass segue into
segue. That is I feel like that should be your license plate, like segue. You know, it just gives you a certain what is it? God damn, I can't think of the word right now. So anyway, welcome to episode 3. Thank you for joining us again. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out this episode with the podcast, and we're going to touch on some music and movies. The first thing that me and Jared would both like to speak on is we are a few weeks removed from the death of Prodigy, one half of Mobb Deep, very influential MC.
Rest in power,
yeah, in hip hop. He does not, I feel, at least in this day and age, get the recognition that he deserves. It's kind of, I know I spoke to you about this, but at the BET Awards, which were recently as well, which were just after his untimely death, Master P did put out a video stating that, you know, how everybody was saying, oh, they love and miss Prodigy, but a week before, when he was still alive, he couldn't even get into the building. Yeah. And he was basically stating that you need to appreciate the man while he's here.
Well, he was saying that about artists in general, but yes, in particular, he was talking about Prodigy at that time, because like, I don't care what anybody says. Master P was still a I don't want to say a pioneer, but he's still an influence on the hip hop culture.
He's one of the biggest influences.
Exactly.
I mean, he's a self-made millionaire, is he not?
But they didn't ask. I guarantee they didn't ask him to the BET Awards.
You know what? That's very true. But I think overall, what he was just trying to say is, you know, he said, you know, give the man his flowers while he's alive.
I agree.
Know, and pretty much, and maybe he does feel the same way about himself. I'm not too sure, but.
Here's a question I didn't think about the when we tried this before. What do you think, as a fan of Prodigy, how can you give a person their flowers while they're alive?
I think overall, since he's such a pioneer, man, and I know I don't want to say his music has kind of tapered off a bit, but you know, it is different for some people. I am a big fan of more of their earlier work, and even some. More even when I was in high school in 2000.
The G Unit stuff?
I was not very happy when they joined G Unit, to be honest.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I was not very happy about that, but I wanted to give it a chance, and it wasn't too bad, but that's kind of when I stopped. I mean, I'll hear a verse here and there, of some of the newer stuff when it is put out.
When we say they, we're talking about Mobb Deep. If you don't know, Prodigy was a member of a group called Mobb Deep, which also included Havoc.
Queensbridge, New York.
HAVOC.
It's a very excellent producer, by the way, as well.
He has some of the hardest beats ever in hip-hop.
It's got the New York gritty sound. Yeah. See, I'm a big fan. That's the stuff I grew up on too, man.
Yeah, me too.
So when it comes to
Wu-Tang type stuff.
Oh, Wu-Tang. Oh man, don't try. I could go on for days about that. But to answer your question, I think it's funny you ask me that, to give somebody their flowers while they're here. I think as a fan, as long as you. See, I know we talked about this on the very, very first episode of the podcast about being a fan of things. And being a fan, like a real fan, you're going to have to stick it out through thick and thin with your fandom, no matter what it is that you're a fan of. And I think that, and showing that respect in that sense and giving the man his props while he's still here, you don't not necessarily have to. Because you're right, he said this guy couldn't even get into the show. And this guy is like a pioneer to the East Coast movement, dude, in hip-hop, especially in the early 90s. So I just think that a lot of that stuff, if you're not Nas or if you're not Jay-Z or like this mega name like Dr. Dre, people will kind of brush you under the rug a little bit because time, the music sound is changing. The culture is changing. I don't know if it's for the better, but it's one of those things where I feel like older artists, the people that we grew up with, are kind of like they're just kind of getting swept under the rug. You know who I'm a very big fan of? I'm a very big fan of Scarface. I'm a huge Scarface fan.
He didn't really get his due. Well, he's not getting his due now. Is he even putting in the music?
Nah, the last God, what I can't pronounce the name of his last album. It was a strange word, but I had pretty much all of his albums, and I recently saw a video with him on the internet about I guess the new rap. Like the new, I get what is it? The mumble rappers and everything, and saying how, he feels like disrespected by it because he kind of helped pave the way for other people to put themselves on the map and get their music out there. Scarface has always been about his people, and that's why I've always really dude, he's just an excellent rapper, and his production, he just has a great sound. He's like I'm a big fan of that real gritty sound. It's just something that I enjoy very much, and he's very real. Like I believe he had a mental illness and almost tried to commit suicide when he was when he was a teenager. He actually has a mental illness. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but he was just basically stating that even though you might not like the older stuff as a newer rapper, you at least need to know who these people are and pay some type of
some type of homage.
Yeah,
know
exactly.
your history.
Yeah, your history, man.
And I think and that's a great point because I think if these new artists did that, then they would have a greater appreciation for the older stuff, and they wouldn't.
I would also think
some of the stuff that they're doing now.
I would also think they would have a bigger fan base as well, and because I will tell you, I do not listen to really anything new except if we hear it in the bar or if it's on the radio. So that's like, literally, if it's not an artist that I'm interested in any capacity, I will no longer give them the time of day. I used to be like, hey, let me give this a chance. Because I don't want to be labeled as a hater. I mean, having an opinion and being a hater.
Having an opinion different than anyone else is you're a hater these days,
which
is dumb as shit. So I have my own brain, you dumb fuck. Like, just because you think one way doesn't mean I have to think the same way you think.
Exactly. So I just feel like they would just have a broader audience. But anyway, I just don't really give people the time of day anymore. If I hear a few songs, it's cool. But I mean, I'm not saying that if it's in the bar and I got a few drinks in me and everybody starts jamming. Yeah, of course, man. I mean, it's the type of music it is. So I don't hate necessarily on the music itself, but I don't like how that's all it is. It's the same sound. It's the same time. There's no growth as an artist. But I think that that obviously takes time. Maybe years from now, maybe they could spit some of the hottest bars in the world.
Can you grow from?
I think the fact. See, that's an insult because I
yes, I did insult him.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm saying I find it insulting. Stop it. Yeah, I mean, if that's what people like, now I'm not gonna sit here.
Bras in a Ferrari.
You do? Where's it? It ain't parked anywhere near here.
I would love to have a Ferrari. Well, I want a fucking Ferrari.
Well, I just want to get through this evening in one piece. in one piece. You
just made me think about something.
Oh man. So anyway,
shout out to a fellow listener who's going through some issues right now.
Go ahead.
He listened, and hey, we got your back, bro. Just get well soon.
Oh yes, that I
don't know if I want to put.
Yeah, no, I don't think we should do that. That was terrible. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I've unfortunately had things happen to me.
That's that hip hop type shit right there.
That's what the media or people would want you to believe, but that is the influence, maybe like a negative, like a violent. God, what am I trying? So I understand what you're saying, like how hip hop can have a very negative outlook on maybe a positive outlook on violence. Like, hey, you don't fuck with this guy, shoot him, hit, do whatever. Mm-hmm. So I can see how people would say the lyrics and the sound of music could definitely influence somebody to do something negative and act in a certain manner. it's very God. What am I
But then
trying?
at the same time, and I've heard that argument plenty of times.
Do you believe it?
No, because that's what I'm saying. The if I say something, it's my piece of art. Now you need to have the common sense of whether
Yeah,
to not to act on what I'm saying. You should have a good, as you always like to call it, a moral compass
Moral compass, man.
to figure out. Okay, I should be doing this or I shouldn't be doing this.
I feel the same way about violent video games. As a big
Yeah, and that's the exact same thing. When the whole thing with
what's it, Columbine?
well, no, not that's
so long ago.
No, yeah, before GTA and people saying that guns or video games are the cause of why we're getting all these mass shootings in America. Like, no,
No,
it has nothing to do with it.
Bullshit. If you are a parent, please take care of your kids.
Yeah,
and
like
teach them
pay
right from wrong.
attention to your kids.
Look.
Dude, I work at a after school program. I'm done now, but you could tell the parents that pay attention to their children.
Yeah, of course, man.
Some parents, like, they're just there and they send them off to school. They don't. Some of these parents don't even know if they end up at school.
That's kind of sad that we live in that day and age. I know it's
It's not.
I know,
It's not. No, I don't even say it's that day and age.
It's been going on
It's been going on forever.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Some people are just shitty people.
It's a shame too, but my dad, God rest his soul. My dad was a blue collar worker, but he wasn't overly strict on me. He spoiled me as a kid. It's like, hey, let's go get a Slurpee or a piece of candy. Watch Spider-Man after school. But if I did some wrong, he straightened me out, man. And even as a kid, I always felt kind of special because my dad always used to take me to like the R-rated movies, and he'd let me watch, the stuff that other parents.
But
wouldn't
he
allow.
was there to tell you, hey,
this is not real.
Yeah.
And I am so thankful for that because as a big gamer, and I play pretty much anything. I've killed people in video games and stuff. I have never had the urge to.
You think you thug, dog?
Yeah, right. Like got an AK in a game and whatnot. But I have never once thought like, hey, if I wanted to go out and cause havoc, it's because of the video game that I played. If anything, I'm probably deranged and stressed out for my job and doing all. But a video game has
and that's
never.
how you get rid of the stress.
Yeah, exactly. It is something that I've done my whole life, and we will get back to the music. But the comparison for violence and people trying to use a medium such as hip hop or video games or whatever to try to say that, hey, this is why this is happening. That's complete bullshit, man.
If anything, it is more. I would say it is more of a storytelling of what is going on in the culture of I won't say the world because it depends on where the game comes from. I guess it would be the world or whatever that person is in. GTA, that came from somebody's brain saying, hey, what if we made a game that kind of portrays the type of life that someone lives, like San Andreas.
Yeah, of course, man. A classic, by
Those
the way.
motherfuckers actually live life like that. Like
Exactly. So they're, if anything, the game influence is based upon, art imitates life type of
Yeah.
thing. So I just feel like it goes back to having common sense and just, like the strong moral
being
compass.
able to
Yeah.
decipher what is good and what is bad. Like some people just make dumb decisions,
Yeah,
man.
so-
Like I don't get it.
Well,
Sometimes.
for example, I'm a big hip hop fan. I have been. I'll listen to anything, but I'm a big hip hop fan. I don't come from the best neighborhood. I did, a little bit of dumb shit when I was younger, but I've never sold crack to anybody or.
hold up, we come from kind of the same neighborhood, so.
Oh yes, home sweet home. Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not
Well,
that bad.
it's not. Am I making it sound too good?
No, you're making it sound like we're shooting people in the
No,
streets.
no. I mean, no. We weren't doing none of that, but there was a lot of fuckery going on.
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
lack
I feel
of,
you, I feel you.
So, and that's just. I think that's just being young and dumb and in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I would never. Like, if I'm listening to somebody like when I was in high school, Young Jeezy had just dropped his first album, The Thug Motivation 101, and I still love that album tremendously. And it's not the type of music I normally listen to, but I love that album.
Yep.
And I know it's all about selling, whatever, this and that. And just because I'm listening to it, I do like it. Doesn't mean I'm going to go out and do it myself. It's just like, hey, you're right. I look at it as poetry. It's his level of self-expression. Let's see, maybe because I think people like that, or just in general with music, not everybody's a tough guy, and you can't be tough forever. There's a soft side. There was a song on his second album, I believe, where he actually talked about his mom bought drugs from him, and he almost so he got very personal, and I think when you hear something like that, it kind of gives you an insight to somebody's psyche. It's like, hey, man, I grew up this way. I don't, necessarily want to do this, but this is what happens. But at the end of the day, he's still a person. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that value is gone in music. That's why I don't give a lot of these new artists the time of day, because I know they're not going to tell me about them. I know they're going to just say what they need to make a record.
To make the money, to sound popular. And to be... kind of go back to what we were talking about when it didn't work last time. What Joe Budden was kind of saying about Migos and their interview. And I think that's kind of what he was kind of getting at. And again, he may not have been doing it in the most professional manner, but Joe Budden's Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to him for a long time. I've actually partied at a house party with him before.
That's fucking dope.
Dude, it was kind of cool.
The only I've seen 3 6 in concert, and that was about it. I did that in high school.
You don't want me to run down my list.
Yeah, I know. Come on, man.
Hold up. Yeah, I'm older. Yeah. So I grew up around the time when the 90s, the mid 90s to late 90s hip-hop was like popping.
Yeah.
I'm talking, I've seen Cameron on stage before he became famous. Big Pun. Well, actually, Cameron opened for Big Pun.
Damn, you got to see Pun while he's still alive. That's pretty dope, man.
You're Fat such a lucky Joe fart, dude. I've seen a lot of people. I used to see. We used to go to Georgetown a lot and just walk around. This is back before Georgetown was like what it is now. But one day we were walking down the street, and guess who walks by? Capadonna.
No shit, dude.
Yeah.
Did you throw? Did you?
Him and all his boys. He had the jumpsuit like they used to rocking back in the day. Him and his boys, and they were walking down the street in a cipher. They were just walking, rapping, dog.
Dude, that's fucking so tight. I would have definitely got in on that shit. Man.
It was the shit. Like
so I've been to one concert, but I did one time, my senior year of high school. Me and my buddies, we went down to Miami for spring break. My friend drove his Astro van down. We used to call it the Shag Wagon, even though it was just a bunch of dudes in there. So
the Shag Wagon. Don't tell anybody. Oh, oops.
You caught me. So
the Shag Wagon.
So, but anyway,
hold up, my bad. Y'all got some funny fucking names for some shit.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't think of this name. I can't remember who thought of that name, but it just kind of stuck because we were stoned half the time, man. I'm not gonna lie. So it seemed fitting at the time.
The Shag Wagon. Well, all right, finish your story.
Okay.
My bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So we do go down to Miami for spring break. Our senior year in high school, we go for a week, and at the time, the World's Fair was going on down there. And I've obviously never been to, Miami or Florida, nonetheless. And we're walking by. There's about 5 of us, and my buddy looks over, and he says, "Hey, man, that looks like DMX." And we all turn our heads, and sure as shit, man, DMX was standing there. He was with his daughter. She was, young, maybe 4 or 5 years old. I don't know, just a small child, and he had a bodyguard with him. And we were kind of starstruck a little bit. I mean, I didn't say anything, but it was like, holy shit, it's DMX. And he is the same. He is not as tall as I thought he would be. I'm not going to lie to you. But anyway, my buddy, he was like, yo, is that DMX? And he obviously said it to the wrong person in my group, who is, kind of the loud one. He's like, oh, shit, DMX. So I shit you not, man. I shit you not.
I got something similar to that.
Yeah, so I shit you not. He kind of turns around a little bit, kind of looks in our direction, and then people start... they heard my friend, so they start flocking around him, bro.
That was a fuck up.
And man, he didn't say anything to us or anything, but I felt bad, man, because I'm a fan, man, but I don't want to be one of those fans where, he's a person too. Yeah. I don't want to run up and be like, oh my God, dude, I love your music, you know what I'm saying?
He'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's gonna get away from me, you fucking weirdo.
I have a similar story to that. One time we were in Vegas. This was
Vegas?
Yeah.
I thought what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Dude.
Nah.
No, man.
This one doesn't stay there. That's some bullshit ass fucking shit anyway. That was a marketing campaign. I don't believe in marketing campaigns. It's all propaganda bullshit.
So is this. Sorry, man. I didn't mean that.
He's not propaganda. He's real. Oh, hey, Oliver's here, guys.
Oh, yep. Hey, Oliver, I got to ask you, man.
He might not be here next time, though. So y'all better say hi now.
Oh.
Comment, subscribe.
All right, Mad Scientist.
I'm pointing at this right here because we can see ourselves. Sorry, guys. We can see ourselves on the monitor over here, so we keep pointing there. What we should be pointing there. The camera's over. Why are you touching me? The camera's right there.
Okay. No.
Okay. So my story. We're in Vegas. well, let's put it this way. I used to live in California, and so I had one of my very good friends, Jesse. He still lives out there. He's originally from there, but me and him became best friends when I was in California.
Okay.
I moved back to the East Coast, and we said, "Fuck it, let's have a trip to Vegas, and we can see each other, hang out or whatever." So I was still late 20s at this time. So this was probably about 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. I was fucked up the entire weekend.
Hey,
and
man.
I was only there for a weekend. I got there Thursday, took a nap.
And that was it? And you were just like awake the
and
whole
then
time?
and then they went to a nightclub, I was in the room, they went to a nightclub, they came back, they were like, "Hey, we're going back out." I'm like, "I'm awake now, let's go." Boom, 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 whatever. So long story short.
Did you guys like sniff coke off a hooker's
No,
ass
sir.
or anything?
I don't do that shit.
I'm sorry.
That fucking shit is
Oh,
dumb.
okay, I'm sorry. I just had to, insert my comment. Okay,
I
continue.
mean, no, I didn't do that. But, so we went to a nightclub. I think it was the Rio, whatever the popular ghost bars at the top, and then there was another one that was inside where it shoots flames inside.
That sounds pretty dope.
Dude, it's fucking weird, and it gets hot as shit because it's fucking shooting like huge fucking flames. Like, I'm surprised that shit hasn't caught on fire yet. But anyway, so we're done for the night there. We're getting out. We're trying to talk to these girls in line. Like, they were from. It was weird because they were from Virginia Beach.
Oh,
And
shit,
like my boys are from California.
Sounds like fate.
I'm from Northern Virginia, and these chicks are from fucking Virginia Beach.
Probably rubbing your hands together like Birdman, right?
Pretty much.
Is that what they like to say?
So we're standing in line waiting for a taxi, and I look up, and this guy gets out of this fucking big guy gets out of his Maserati, and I'm like, it was like a champagne Maserati,
Okay.
and I was like, "Hey, is that Suge Knight?"
No shit, dude.
Yeah,
No shit, man. Oh, man. In Vegas, of all
in
places?
Vegas. Well, that's one of his. It's been known that's like his favorite spot. But
Yeah.
exactly, Vegas. That's where Pac got shot, and Biggie got shot too.
Yeah. No, Biggie was shot in L.A.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Pac got shot in Vegas.
Yes, he did.
Well, again, it's known that Vegas is one of his favorite spots. So I think it was, like I said, I think it was the Rio or the Palm. It could have been the Palm. He was getting out of his car, got something out of his trunk. And of course, he's VIP, so he parked right up front. So I walk over, and I'm like, I told my boy, I'm like, "Yo, I'm going to fucking walk over there." They were like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't like,
I was like, because
you have to be the smartest man I know, and that's probably the dumbest. Hey, let me just walk up to saying hello to Suge Knight. Yeah.
No, man. Trust me. I was like, I was semi-drunk because we just came out of a club. But like, I was like, fuck it. Like, if he kills me on the street, then like everybody's gonna see it. So
I guess that's positive thinking.
Not to say that would have happened, but so I walked up to him like, hey, man, it's cool. I say, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh yeah, man, come on, what's up? What's going on? And I was like, "Oh, I just want to tell you, like, I've been a fan for a long time, this, that, and the other thing." He was like, "Oh, cool." And then so now after I'm dapping him up and I'm having a good time with the guy, we're cool.
Okay.
Now my boys are like, "Oh," they run over.
Oh man, come on, man.
So they're like, "Hey, can we get a picture?" So we got a pic. I have a pic. I posted it on Facebook a while back.
Really?
I'll repost it.
Yeah, you could definitely. I have never seen it, so I would definitely.
I'll
like to
repost
see
it.
Yeah, sure.
I can't find the original, but I have one where I cut it out where it was just me and him and my other boy. I think
Just
it's
cut out that
Jose.
third man, just like.
But he had the cigar. You know how he always his like signature is the cigar. He pulled out the cigar and he's like, and then we're all throwing up the West Coast
dude,
joint.
it's so fucking tight, man. Good for you.
Yo, that shit was fucking cool. That was the fucking best weekend I've had in Vegas ever. Well, that was probably one of the top 5 weekends I've had in a long time.
Hey man, meeting Suge Knight, I could only imagine. But speaking
But
of,
it wasn't just that, because we had the balls to go over there, then the girls want to start running over.
dude, like the super bait magnet, right? It's
guess-
like, hey, we're cool with Suge Knight.
Hey, yeah. Guess who went to the rooms that
Oh
night?
man.
Just saying.
Well,
But that's neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. Back to our
regularly scheduled broadcast. Anyway, what I was going to say, speaking on, I guess, the Suge Knight and the West Coast, I know that that Tupac movie just recently came out. I have not seen it. But
I
I've
haven't
heard,
seen it either. I'm not going to see it.
I'm not going to see it until it's on TV. But I heard it was.
I'm not
kind
going
of,
to see it.
You
Well, I'll see it, but I don't want to see it in a capacity where I'm supporting it.
no, I completely understand because I did. Now I wasn't sure about the movie in the first place, but I was willing to give it a try. However, after hearing from people that I know and then just reading about it, it sounds like it's just like a Lifetime movie type. Like
What was the other one with TLC? With that same type of shit, huh?
oh yeah, no, and they also had the Aaliyah one as well. That which well that was I just
Can't do them, bro. Can't do them.
I feel like with the I understand what they're trying to do by trying to create.
I get it too, but then I also when those type of movies come out, I always question who's doing the movie.
In terms of, well, yeah, you mean like the director or the actors or, I mean, it's the whole thing in general, but I just heard it wasn't a very good film. I actually, when Notorious came out, I thought it was all right. I didn't like,
Notorious.
I did not like it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but
I did not like it as well. I actually thought that one wasn't that bad.
that's probably one of the
better ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the better ones, man. But I've just
The other one that was a better one, NWA. Not
believe it or not, I have not seen that, man.
not NWA. What's the name of it?
Straight Outta
Straight Outta
Compton,
Compton.
yeah,
You
Straight
haven't
Outta-
seen it?
No, I have not
Man,
seen
that's
it.
the best. If you want to talk about documentaries, that's the best one, bro.
All right, so I'll definitely
Hip hop documentaries.
All right, so I promise you this.
Wait, is it a documentary or is that a biography?
I would consider. I mean, if it's no, a biography is. It could be interpreted as both. I would
Yeah,
view
I'd
it.
say both.
Yeah, I mean, you are looking at it's like a biopic almost.
Yeah, yes, yes.
So it's like a biopic. So what I was going to say is that going back to earlier when we were talking about Prodigy and appreciating somebody while they're still here, I feel like now with some of these movies, they're milking a legacy from artists that, hey man, we know what happened as fans, and that's it. You know, we don't need any more.
And
It's cool. I mean, it's cool in theory, but when it actually comes to, I guess, fruition, when it comes to the big screen and you see it, it's kind of like, hey man, we didn't really need this because we already have his music and we already love their artist the way it is. But it is cool to see. But unfortunately, it's hard to. Everybody knows the story so well, so it's kind of like, what else can we learn?
But
you know, what I mean?
that's what kind of makes me think, because my mom went and saw the Tupac movie.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, and she's a movie head, so
Hey,
she's,
man, ain't nothing wrong.
any movie that's come out that she's interested in, she's probably gonna go see it. Now, but she did bring up some interesting points, not points, but she was asking me about what happened, and I'm like, or no, she was telling me about the movie, and I'm like, I know, like
We all know, the world knows.
I lived through this.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop fan. I grew up a hip hop fan. I know these stories already, so she's sitting here there was a beef with Biggie and his wife and this and I'm like, duh.
Well, maybe some people don't know like the intricate details like a real fan. Maybe they just know.
Well,
like the
I was a hardcore.
Oh, dude, I knew
Tupac
all that,
fan,
dude.
so.
I who are you telling, man?
I'm getting
I had
super
like this.
fidgety right now.
I had this, God, my CD album. Like I had this. It was like my Bible, man. I literally had like everything you could think of in there.
I had that too. My shit got stolen in the Marine Corps, and I
No,
think,
mine was actually stolen as well. So
I think I know who it was.
yeah,
One of these days, I'm gonna reveal who it is.
okay. And I'm not sure where Jared's going.
It's
with
one
this.
of those people that thinks he's very cool. No, I take that back. I thought he was a cool person. This is when you can't use your heart and your mind to judge someone's heart and mind, because there's not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody. I know what you mean, man. Like it's like if you put out a certain level of love, you're definitely not going to receive the same back, especially from the. So it's like, God forbid, or I don't even know how to. So Oliver, okay, I won't use you because it would sound awkward. So Oliver, yeah, Oliver knows I love him very much. However, I talk to him, I tell him how I feel all the time, and he says nothing to me. He's just quiet.
Fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, man,
Maybe he's contemplating or something.
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe it is a long thought
Trying
process.
to come up with the best idea that he can.
So, but basically, I hope that's what that is.
He's a
because
philosopher.
Well, he's the one driving, so he better philosophize a way to
A
put
deep
on.
thinker he is.
Well, he just better put on a good radio station. That's all I
Oscar's a
gotta say.
deep thinker, folks.
So, no, but the level of love that you give out, you're not going to receive back from the same person, and that's unfortunate. I'm not saying that in a relationship meaning, like, or maybe even so.
That's just life.
Yeah. So, like, I don't.
I'm
You
trying
can't
to
expect that from people.
I'm trying to get
I think it's
certain people close to us to kind of realize that that you can't be like that. Like, you cannot be discouraged if someone doesn't react the same way you want them to, because they're not you. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
of course,
So,
and that's something. I think even myself personally, that's something I would have to work on as well. I mean, I try to be as
we all do.
I try to be as, I guess, upfront and honest as possible. And yeah, I guess for anybody, when something doesn't really go the way you want it, you get kind of bummed out, and it's like, hey, I can stand here and kick rocks. But that gets boring after a while. It's like, you got to just keep it going. But I do understand completely what you're saying when you put a level of effort into something and it's not reciprocated in the same manner. But yes, mine was stolen too. So.
This is why you're here, because I totally forgot what the fuck we were talking about.
Oh, what? Oh, so we initially the whole conversation started, and we were talking about. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fucking hit myself with the mic and shit.
We're supposed to go out after this podcast.
No, I'm not drunk. It's not that. It's
brain
just,
farts.
I totally forgot where I was at. No, but now when you said the yours got stolen, yes, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, we're right.
So mine got taken as well. This was a long time ago, but with the genre nowadays, I know it's changing, and it's just a part of it. I guess that's like, it's life. Everything changes. Maybe one day we're going to be our parents and say, turn off that crap. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy how that works out, man. I'm starting to feel like more and more
But
that
you don't want to seem like the old fuddy-duddy. Get off my lawn, you fucking kids.
Well, it's even worse because I'm white, so it's even, You may, like, I feel like I need a straw hat or some shit, like, just saying, or give him like the Clint Eastwood stare and shit.
Oh, with a shotgun in your hand.
No, now you just make.
Get off my lawn, you dirty kids. You feel lucky, punk?
Dude, I love Clint Eastwood.
Do you?
Dude,
Yeah, I did too.
Dude.
He's old as fuck now. What is he, fucking almost 90 now?
Dude, he's very old. You know what's crazy? What amazes me is how good of health he is in.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I've always viewed Clint Eastwood as like a cigar-smoking, gunslinging, beer-drinking bastard. And
fucking fistful of dollars.
Yeah.
Fucking
The outlaw Josie Wales.
The good, the bad, and ugly, which is on Netflix right now.
That is a phenomenal movie. I know a lot of people. I'm a big fan of Unforgiven. That movie.
That was a good movie.
A lot of people only like that movie for like the ending sequence.
Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah, dude.
Clint Eastwood.
That's all you need to say. You don't even need anybody else, man.
Can we add the black guy?
Oh my God! Now
can we add the black guy?
Coming from said white guy over here, right? All right, go ahead.
And I forgot. Oh, Morgan Freeman.
Dude, Morgan Freeman has been around since the dawn of time.
That's what I'm saying. Those two, like Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman, are like,
yeah, like they're obviously from another planet. Well, at least Morgan Freeman, like, this is God.
I wish I could do his voice.
Yeah, he does have a.
Like,
it's crazy.
It's an epic voice. Have you ever seen those memes, or not memes, but like just, I guess it'll be a meme. Excuse me, of if Morgan Freeman narrated your life.
Yes, like when you're like eating a salad or taking a shit or something.
I would like to see if this cranberry will taste as good as it is.
You use your left hand to wipe.
Instead of moving from the front to the back, you move to the back to the front.
Okay, I almost choked on my beer.
Shit.
What's wrong with you, man? People aren't even going to watch us. Now they're like, okay, these guys are completely lost it. But God. Now you got me forgetting what we were talking about. What were we saying?
We're talking about stealing CDs
and all that other crap. But okay, so back to hip hop, back to the basics. Jay-Z just put out his new album, 444.
About that 444. The feminists are getting so mad right now.
It's now that we've had some time, now that the album's been out a little bit, and we can see a lot of people in hip hop, their reaction to it. I know there was that one line in the story of OJ where he's talking about everybody putting the money up to their ear
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're good, man. Actually, let me not like spill beer all over your expensive stuff. That way you don't break my legs.
It's not that expensive, but you
Well,
would
it's
have to pay for it.
yeah, I know that, and I'm the pizza.
I don't want that.
Oh well, well maybe I do.
Yeah,
Shit.
you want that one.
Nah, I think that's gonna be it for me for right now. Let me reach in. Yeah, gotta play it safe, man. Gotta play it safe. Okay, so he did have that one line. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's basically in reference to everybody who's on Instagram or social media putting the money up to their ear.
Yep.
And using it as a phone.
Motherfuckers are so mad about that shit.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that I am surprised so many people are actually against it. In terms like,
explain. Please.
Well, not against it. When I mean people, I mean like some of the artists. Like they're having this high level of backlash, and I think they're taking it too personally. I think the knowledge he's trying to drop is to better educate to people.
You're right. And to be honest, the only artists or people I think that are really mad about that line are the ones who don't have the type of money that he's talking about.
Well, he's a billionaire and they're millionaires, so
yes, but even millionaires, smart millionaires, don't fucking walk around with fucking money on it. Now, the 50 Cent and did you see that one, 50 Cent and Mayweather? We were talking about Mayweather on the last podcast. 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather, they were like, oh, don't forget who the original person or people who did the money on the... First of all, Floyd Mayweather, the name of his fucking promotion or his group is the Money Team. Yeah. It's marketing. You know what I'm saying? So he's not talking about you people. Yeah. That sounded real weird. But he's not talking about those type of people. He's talking about the Bamas that are on Instagram who ain't got no money, who live in the hood.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? He's not talking about you fucking artists. And that's what y'all keep thinking. But at the same time, he is talking to the artists because the artists are the ones who are influencing these people to do this shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I find it that it's very good that this... Now, the album, like I said, I still have not heard the whole thing. But from what I've heard, I have enjoyed it. For the most part, the production, No ID, always does a great job, man. Yeah. So I feel, you know, since he is he's 47, I think. Jay-Z 47.
Yeah, he's around that, maybe 48. I'm not sure.
So, but basically, I mean, since he's older, what else do you want him to talk about at that age? You know what I mean? If anything, he's giving back to the culture, like, or at least trying to be positive about it. After, you know, he is getting older, so. Maybe he was a young once too. He did things a certain way, but now being older, he's like, hey, let me see if I can enlighten people. And in this level of backlash that's coming, I find is kind of, I don't want to say it's absurd, but I also think it's refreshing for hip hop because I think it's waking a lot of people up to the fact that, hey, man, you know, I have personally nothing against the whole money thing, but because I don't take pictures like that, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't have anything against it, but
I understand his point and what he was trying to get across, and for people to get upset about it, you know, I just find it a little strange.
They're mad because they're not going to get to that level, and like Lil Boosie.
Well, you know, it's crazy, and I'm not
motherfucker right there, dude.
I'm actually a fan of a little bit of his music. I'm
a fan of some of his music, but I'm not a fan of his thoughts, because I don't. That doesn't make sense. Because if I'm a fan of his music, I'm a fan of his thoughts. But
are you talking about just the way, like, sometimes how he carries
himself? When he says certain shit, like what he was. There's a video that says, "Oh, he ain't my father." This, that, and the other thing. Y'all out here listening, and so like no one said anything like that. What we're saying is, listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, they're not seeing the bigger picture.
The bigger picture.
Yeah,
exactly. Like what was the one line? He was like, instead of spending money on strip clubs, what really matters is your credit, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, which is real shit. Especially if you just fucking Joe Blow on the street who go to work 9 to 5. You're not gonna have if you don't have good credit. You can't buy anything. Exactly. You can't buy anything and not
can't get a car, a house,
a house, an apartment. You can't a mortgage.
Yeah. So these things are.
That was the same thing as a house, but whatever.
It's.
But even at a lower level, an apartment, you know what I'm saying? You still got to have good credit to get an apartment.
Yeah, of course, man. So I
or a job in some cases.
I didn't know some jobs look at that.
Background checks,
I've done.
government clearances. They look at your credit to see whether or not you are. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with you getting blackmailed or some shit. But government clearances, they look into your credit, and if your credit's fucked up, you're not gonna get that clearance.
That's crazy. I actually did not know that. Thank you for letting me know that. I had no idea. But yeah, no, I'm just like you, man. I work the same. I work a 9 to 5 too, man. So I don't think even if I wanted to, I would do that because I would just feel dumb, like holding the money. Like, look, man, I would. I don't make enough money to do that.
Well,
if I had like a bunch of singles,
one,
if I had a bunch of singles from a couple deliveries,
I put a 50 on one side, a 50 on the other side, and the rest are fucking.
Oh, that's probably. Hey, shit, that's probably what that is too, man.
Oh yeah, it's like because that's another level. Shit, when they probably doing that, I guarantee they're all singles in there. Like if you're like Joe Blow on the street,
do you know what's even crazy? It's funny
and then he's talking about the stripper thing. Guess what you use at a strip club? Singles.
Yeah, no shit. I think we uncovered a mystery right there.
I think we did too.
So no, a friend of mine, he is a video producer. I've known him since 7th, 8th grade. It's one of 2 people or 3 people that I know that are really doing something locally in terms of the music, and I'm very, very proud of him. But I do remember he was on the set for I want to say a local artist. I'm obviously not going to name names because I honestly I can't remember. But he said they were on the set and they had loads of fake money, bro. Like for the movie, or for not the movie, but the video, and whatnot. So you never know. Like some of that stuff could be. Well, it's prop money.
There's that, and then you got the rented Lambos and the rented Ferraris. You got the rented clothes, the rented jewelry. Because it's this, they're trying to portray this lifestyle that makes other people are influencing other people. Just if it's popular for them, then I need to have this too. It's a money grabbing scheme, and that's what hip hop is now, man. And that's what Jay-Z's talking about. He's like, he gets mad. No offense, YouTube, but he gets mad at YouTube fucking using his shit. Like he goes after motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean
that's why he bought Tidal, so he has ownership. Everything he sold on Tidal, minus the subscriptions.
Dude, the album's already platinum, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Minus the subscriptions,
that's fucking
if they have to buy the album off of Tidal, they're getting the subscriptions plus the fucking money from the album. Like he's keeping his own money. He owns his own shit. This is what I was talking about. Like, I think I was on the last podcast about owning my own shit. Like. I don't want to go to someone else's studio and do this shit. Like, I want to be able to build this from the ground up and own my own shit because I don't want anyone saying, oh, you owe us this much because you use this 10% of this, so we want 10% of that.
Yeah.
No, that's not going down.
No, I understand completely, man. I mean, at the end of the day, if it like this, like, for example, this is your brainchild. It is yours at the end of the day. So I can completely understand, and I'm always going to reference that. That I'm just going to let everybody.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to let everybody here know that.
But he's here now.
Yeah, I'm stuck for life.
Hey, he's here now.
Yeah, so to go off talk about ownership, I'm going to trail off just for a second. When the podcast was originally thought of, I mean, in Jared's perspective, he had he had a bunch of ideas. And he was having a hard time getting it started, and I've personally been into radio and stuff like that for quite some time now. I don't mind. I personally like to talk a lot myself for most people that do know me.
Clearly.
Yeah, thank you, Jared. And Oliver, the mute, so I guess, the yin and the yang. But so I offered to do, the first one with him just because, hey, we got to start, or you have to start somewhere. And it did become something,
It wasn't just that. It wasn't just I have to start somewhere. Because I've already done podcasts in the past. Like, I used to have the MMA Breakdown, which is still around, folks. We're trying to bring that back. Cam, what's up?
Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that when I did the first podcast with you, I did not come in here with the intention to say, "Hey, you owe me something." I'm here strictly.
I see where you're going.
I'm strictly here for you, dude. I respect that this is yours, and I'm just here. I'm here to help. And if it does, God willing, take off, then that's fine. I'm always going to consider this yours.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
so
But at the same time, again, I was talking about in the last podcast with one of my mentors with the throwing the shit on the wall.
yeah.
Another thing that he always said was, if long, and not just him, Jim Rohn said this a lot. If you help others get to where they want to be, you'll get to where you want to be. And just by you helping me, I'm helping you.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like
It's like a
symbiotic thing.
It's like helping climb the mountain. I heard once, I guess, an analogy that when you're trying to climb to the top, there are people, once they get there, they're either going to throw down the rope to help you climb up there, or they're going to people that have thrown down rocks to prevent you from
knock you back down.
So I completely understand where you're coming from with the ownership, man. Because if I, open my own pizza place, for example,
which you're considering.
I have
I'll mark it now because he
Okay.
said that before we started this podcast.
Yeah, so-
he said that,
yeah,
so it
so-
might be a possibility,
yeah,
and
so-
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I have given that a lot of consideration.
It's the beginning of your marketing plan
so
right here.
it's. I mean, there's a lot to it, and I'll get into that at another time because I'm still obviously just brainstorming and whatnot.
Let's call it Oliver's.
Hey man, hey man, it's dude, shit, fuck. But you know what's crazy? I wouldn't mind, but I don't know where this was made, or I mean,
Oh, it was made in China, 100%. No, sorry, bro. You were born in China.
he was baked in an oven. Came
We
out.
can find out. Let me look at. No.
You're looking at his ass, man.
Yeah, that was weird.
But anyway,
Just put him back now.
and just for everybody who wants to know the origins of Oliver, I will just let you know right now that I did take a small family vacation around the Thanksgiving time this past year, and it was a gift from my cousin. She actually gave it to me, and she said, hey, I did not see her the night before I left, but she actually left it out on the counter with a little note, because I don't really get to see my family very often because of my job, and I'm trying to, obviously move up because I'm psychotic in that manner. And she left a little note on the table saying, hey, I want you to have this. And I didn't. She was like, "This is Oliver." Like I didn't name him. She named him. And she was like, "I believe it's better that he goes with you in his natural habitat." And I thought that was the nicest thing in the world. And
It's fate.
yeah, it's really crazy because I came home from a bar. The one of two places that I dwell, and
There's another. I
was out of state.
Oh.
No, I was out of state.
Oh.
Everybody knows I sit in the same bar all the time with the same people with the same clothes. But that's me, man. I'm very very comfortable doing that. I'm a very that's how my family is. They're very simple people. They grew up in a very small town, very local. So I kind of have that same ideology, so to speak. I don't mind going out and doing different things, but I do work a lot. So I can't say, hey, boss, going out to D.C. tonight to get like super trash. Can you cover for me? Because he's gonna be like, oh.
Hey,
You're
boss, I'm going to get some hoes.
Honestly,
I'm gonna need you to close up tonight, brother.
yeah, well,
That's how you got to hit him. You got to hit him with the smooth talk.
the Barry White.
Yeah, hit him with the
My
Barry White.
darling child.
No,
You didn't like
No,
that.
you got to be like, yo, hey, boss.
Why am I going to talk to a grown man like this? Hey, boss.
Oh, listen. Hey, boss. I'm about to go out to that D.C. tonight. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
where I was going with that.
I'm gonna try to put my key in the front door the next morning, and it's not gonna turn. I'm not gonna be able to get in.
He was
So.
like, yeah, we changed the locks on you.
Yeah. I hope you don't have a lot of shit in your desk, man, because you gotta go. But
No, they have it boxed up and put on the fucking front porch.
oh
for
my
you.
god, dude! But it was a gift. It was a gift, and I'm very happy that it was given to me because it's something.
It was definitely a spark. I tell you that.
Yeah, it definitely brought. Me just being away for a month, man, just was very eye-opening.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah, I just needed to get away. It's not, everybody works hard. I don't work. I want to clear this up right now since we're talking about it. I work the normal work week that everybody else does, 40 to 45 hours a week.
No, you don't. You don't work the normal work week. Normal work week is Monday through Friday.
Okay, so
9 to 5.
I want to say in terms of hours. Okay, but you are right. My schedule in terms of times a day is always different. I'm always all over the place. I did used to work more, but I don't. I just want people to know that I'm just like you. I think the only thing is that I'm always in my uniform when everybody sees me, and that is something.
Which We got to figure out how to change that.
I am very proud of it. You will never take that away from me. And I do own...
Well, when you own your own spot, motherfucker, if
Yeah,
it's called Oliver's Pizza,
the first thing I'm going to do...
You can't be wearing the fucking...
No, I'm not wearing that shit. But, no, God, then that would create, class action lawsuit and whatnot. But, no, I just want to say that I do appreciate all the support that people do give me throughout. Since I have been doing this for the last several years, working where I work and trying to move up in my company. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. So I do want to say thank you to everybody who does give me the big thumbs up. It keeps me sharp, man. And I do have family that keeps me, level-headed as well. Trust me, man, we all have bad days, and it happens, but giving up and starting over again it's not always the right way to do things. I don't want to say like starting over again, but just giving up and not trying to continue, you're going to do more harm than good. So sometimes you just got to push past the bullshit, man.
Yep.
So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who has always supported my, I guess, just goal for a better lifestyle for myself. That's all I really want at the end of the day. And I know this is like way off of what we were talking about. But
yeah, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about, bro.
We were talking about Jay-Z's album. And whatnot.
Yeah.
But with that being said, man, do you want to wrap it up? Is there anything else you'd like to
No,
touch
we
on?
still got about 10 more
We
minutes.
got about 10 minutes. So let's see, any small topics? How do you feel about, I know, God, I don't want to alienate our listeners, but do you have any input on Black China and Rob Kardashian?
Oh, God.
I hate to bring it up, but it is
Not
kind
really.
of
I mean, all I know, I don't even know much about the whole situation.
neither do I. That's why I thought I'd ask you.
Rob Kardashian got fat. See, I don't like talking about that fucking family because they're such fucking...
Yeah, they're culture vultures, dude.
Not even culture vultures.
I think they
They're
are.
just shit, a plague on society, to be honest. Because
You know how many people look up to them?
That's my problem. Like, I have a...
Does that not
I
fuck your
I
mind?
have a friend...
But aren't we like feeding the beast by talking
But that's
about...
why I'm not talking about them. Like,
Okay.
that's why I don't even want to go there.
Okay, so
but
ladies-
I am gonna say what I gotta say. I know people who think that they are the end all be all of how people should be, and like,
Really?
no,
Well, I
I know one person for sure that Kim and Kanye are like
I'm very disappointed.
queen and king of the world.
Nah, man, I'm a big Kanye West fan. I don't want to say I'm not anymore.
I'm gonna have to retract that a
Yeah,
little bit. I'm
yeah.
not so much a big fan of Kanye anymore.
I was initially, but it is kind of
too.
hard when he's...
And I'll be 100% honest. When his first album came out, I wasn't that into Kanye because I had a girlfriend at the time. She was like, "Oh, this album's so great." Blah blah blah. That was the album with the
College Dropout.
I think it was where he said I got a Mercedes, this mayonnaise or some shit.
Yeah, dude, the one with
call
the
it Miracle Whip.
Is that on the first album? I don't.
That was the Jesus Walks, whatever the Jesus Walks.
Yeah,
was.
yeah, that's on the College Dropout.
Yeah. So, yeah, he had some good songs, but I wasn't a fan at that time. I wasn't a hardcore fan. But then when the second album came out,
Late Registration was a pretty dope album.
I started getting in there, and then
Graduation.
Graduation. Oh, I love Graduation.
That's I love that album. I think my favorite track on that album is the Barry Bonds that he has with Lil Wayne. I just like the vibe of
Barry Bonds. Yeah.
Here's another hit, Barry Bonds. Yeah. So yeah, I used to fuck with that. I used to fuck with that shit really
but he
hard.
was that's when he was good, and like he was with Jay. He wasn't really like Jay-Z, not Jay that we know.
I'm sure he's somewhere waiting for us.
Yeah, he is, my motherfucker.
But no, do you feel like so all the subliminal shots apparently Jay's taking on the new album? Do you think?
I haven't really heard that. I haven't figured. I have not deciphered all of them yet, and because I haven't been paying attention to that much of that shit, the gossip, and besides the shit where he was on stage talking shit. That's the only thing that I remember.
Do you think man? Like I feel like I kind of feel bad for the guy. Like
I
no,
mean,
I don't want to say
stress, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's
to
in
be
that
at
aspect.
that level.
Yeah.
First of all, you're on a reality. Before this, he was just a hip hop star who wanted to get into fashion, do his thing in fashion. He was with Jay. Jay was his mentor, his guider. Then he got with Kim. They're on this fucking. I have not seen the Kardashians since however long ago.
What, the actual show?
The actual show.
I have watched it like twice in my whole life.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but it was a long time ago, right?
Oh God, it felt like.
You felt like you were gonna die.
eye.
Only reason I watched it because I liked Courtney. Courtney and still is the only sane one of the family, I think.
See, I don't even give it that much attention. I think they're all fucking crazy.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying she's the most sane of all.
I see. Okay.
Especially to be just on camera that much, like
the sanest crazy.
It's kind of weird. Yeah. But then, so then you got Lamar Odom comes in with the Chloe thing. So he's on the reality show, even when he gets sick and he's in the hospital. The cameras are at the fucking hospital.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of
then
shit is that?
Then Kanye gets married to Kim. Is he on the show? I don't know.
Kanye West?
Kanye West.
Yeah, I believe. I don't watch it.
So now I
would assume. I would assume he is.
So now you got this motherfucker is now on a reality show, plus dealing with the fact that he's a hip hop star, plus he hates paparazzi, plus whatever the fuck else is going on.
It's like he walked.
He's scared as fuck, and his wife got attacked in fucking Paris. He's fucking scared as fuck. Yeah. So he goes crazy on stage talking about, please don't, Jay-Z, please don't send your goons to come get me, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, dog, that dude has been there for you since day one. I feel you, but he should have took a break a long time ago.
Yeah, he's over exasperated himself, man. It is a shame.
I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No, that's fine, man. No, that's fine. That's
the craziest rant I've been on ever.
Yeah, that's fine, man. That's what this is for. To express the opinions and views, even if they are indifferent from one another. And there is no reason that we cannot share that. I mean, we were both level-headed people, and I think we both have, I would like to say, for the most part, the same common interests. So, and I think it's good to hear from a fan's perspective as well, like just like normal people, because it's just, it is a shame because he was when I was in high school, he's definitely an influence of mine, and as a couple of the guys that I know that produce, one of them it's like his hero, and now he's just like, hey man, this is a guy I look up to, and now he's kind of lost it, and it disappoints him, like. I think it disappoints him like wholeheartedly. Like it's it's his hero.
No, it disappoints a lot of people because I used to love Kanye's music. Even when people were like, "Oh, 808 and Heartbreak weren't that great," and I was like, I actually thought it was pretty good. It was him pouring out his heart. This was after his mom died. He was pouring out his heart.
I actually thought now the whole what was it, the auto-tune thing? It kind of threw me off a bit, but I did have the album. And I didn't like.
He was trying something new.
Yeah, and so that's why I wasn't really overly judged. I did like quite a few cuts on it, but I didn't like the entire album. But there were a few songs that I were like, yeah, this bangs pretty hard, man, and whatnot. Excuse me, but yeah, it is something that I guess I hope. I guess I wish him the best. I hope that he can,
I think he'll be fine. I mean, he's got plenty of money at this point.
Yeah, but now he's gonna see. That's why, like, money can only do so much for you. Now
You're right.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think peace of mind
just
is
like Oliver Queen. Oh shit! No, he's not Queen. Is he the Arrow?
No, Are you? No, I don't think so. He's. What is your last name?
Yeah. See, we don't see. That's a little suspect, bro.
We might have to end the podcast because we might get taken out.
Yeah, we might have a new dilemma on our hands.
Should have like a.
He might be Arrow, and we might not know it.
All right, I think we have said.
We may have said too much. Yeah. Oh shit! See that smile? That's just a bullshit smile.
Yeah, it's a smile of a narcissist.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right, thank you guys so very, very much for joining us on the 3rd episode of the Mad Scientist Lab. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The Twitter, what is the Twitter again?
The Twitter is @MadLabPodcast.
Okay, and you can find the Mad Scientist Lab on Facebook. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you are more than welcome.
Facebook.com/the Mad Scientist Lab.
Or if you guys know us personally, you could probably just come see us at the bar.
I prefer you not to talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to him first.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I did say that earlier. So
no, that was on the last podcast. No. We need to let them know.
Yeah, so
I might not be in the mood for anyone to talk to me.
So Jared is, I think, he's more antisocial than I am. So, which I thought was at first like holy shit. But if you guys do have anything to say, please. Any feedback is always welcome, and we want to make sure that.
Hey, electronic feedback, I don't have a problem.
Yeah,
but face to face, like I don't want to deal with your bullshit because you're probably gonna tell me some shit that I want to punch you in the face for.
So
I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying.
I hope not. I hope not. We
No.
still have to
I love
get
y'all.
people to like us. Yes, we do love you guys. Thank you so very, very much. And we will see you the next time on episode 4, okay? We need like an ending motto. Like, should I say?
Say something. I don't know.